Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hello, Tanzania. I am your host, Lucinda, and I'm here today with my co-host, Miss
Joanne
I hope you all
Rita.
can hear her because she's not putting the mic in front of her.
Little mic over here.
All right. So, as usual, we're here to discuss coming back home. We're here to discuss what it's like for those diaspora babies, our returning parents, those of us who went outside to study, and so forth and so forth. So, today we are here with my friend, Mr. Mahatma Ulimwengu. I'm going to let him introduce himself visually, properly.
That's a good introduction.
No, do your thing. Do your thing.
My name is Mahatma Ulimwengu, and I am single. There you go.
Wow, ladies.
Just
Okay.
in case you were curious.
Okay. I didn't see that coming. Ladies, he's single, ne? And I have his number, so DM.
If you're interested by the end of this podcast,
DM. Yeah, I think drop in the comment section Mahatma and I'll share his number.
But I do have a date tonight, I have to say.
Ooh.
So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Anyway, so today we want to discuss something very, is it trivial? No, it's not trivial.
No, certainly not.
It's not trivial.
Kind of
It's
essential.
intense. Yeah, it's actually very essential,
Yeah.
especially.
Profound.
Yeah, so we want to talk about hustle culture for diaspora babies coming back home. And between the three of us,
Yeah.
we do have our own collective experiences. Some of us have come, found jobs, struggled to find jobs. Others have come, tried the job thing, and went on to hustle on their own. So, hustle culture for diaspora babies is very different. It's very unique to each individual, to each experience, to each one's expectations. So, I'm going to start with a question for you. If you had to describe Tanzania's job market in one word,
One word.
yes, as a returning citizen, what would it be?
I don't know, from my experience, obviously I'm sure other people have their own.
Oh
I would
God,
say
those are so
one
many
word.
words.
One word. I would say the one word would be fickle.
Give him time.
Fickle.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Okay, please explain, because
It's like touch and go. It depends on, as you said, like what your expectations are and what your background is. If you come here as a neurosurgeon, actually even that, I've seen doctors struggle here.
Yeah.
People who actually studied here, people who studied in Kenya and Mozambique. So there is a lot of. It's hard to ascertain exactly what's going on, what you should.
I can kind of understand
Yeah.
what you're talking about because it's really touch and go, like either you get it or it's a while before you get to
Yeah,
it.
well, for some people it fits them naturally. They're like back home. They're familiar here. You've got a nice car. Yeah, so it depends on your current circumstances. But I think for me, I would definitely do it.
okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about your experience as a diaspora baby. When did you leave Tanzania? When did you get back? How did you grow up? What were your expectations?
Versus reality.
Oh, yeah, that's the horrible. That's a horrible conundrum. Yeah, so I left here when I was 7 years old. I was just about to turn 8. This was 2003. And I moved to Victoria with my mom, and I only came back here at the end of 2020. So towards the end of COVID.
Yeah.
So my final year in South Africa was the COVID year. So that year already, I was like, all right, it's about to get weird, it's about to get intense, and I already saw some craziness coming in the future. So coming back in Tanzania here, I don't know what my expectations were, but I just know that I haven't met them. Like I didn't know exactly what to expect. I was just happy to be back home. I was like, okay, people can understand me. I can speak their language. You live outside the country and then you hear people talking at the shop. Always feels like they're talking about you.
Yeah.
So here, it was just nice to be back. But in terms of getting back in the workforce, I don't know, me at my core, I like making music. I like making videos, editing. So anything that involves writing, anything that involves performance, that's what I'm leaning into now. But trying to find work on that has been, very...
So are you looking for office kind of work, or can you be like a
I always
freelancer?
said I could never do like a 9 to 5, and I really don't think I have the composition for it. I can't do the whole office politics and like
Bureaucracy.
two different people gossiping.
But you
to
had
me.
to try it.
No, of course, yeah, that's what I always said that I can't do it. But then when I actually started doing it, I'm like, oh, it's actually quite nice. It's like a nice little camaraderie. You meet a couple of people. It's nice to be part of a task force or a team.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm not too concerned about which one is better for me. Right now, I just want to make money. Because at the end of the day,
It's all about the money.
Yeah, but not even that. I want to make music, and I want to I want to do video creation. You know, like this podcast type thing. This is what I really enjoy doing. So for that to do on your own, you got to make a lot of money. So that's my main.
Yeah. So on your short stint working in an office, how do you think you being a diaspora baby were perceived by your peers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was quite horrific actually. Because my entry actually was my first.
Oh, yeah.
Because I came back in I started here in 2021 in June, and I came back in December. So I had and to some extent I still don't know. I had absolutely no experience. I didn't know how people operate, not only in the office but in Tanzania. I didn't know the subtle hints, gestures.
Did it feel like walking on eggshells?
Nah, I mean, I'm naturally uncomfortable. I'm an awkward person to begin with. So coming into an environment where I don't understand, I wasn't uncomfortable being uncomfortable, so I just went with it. But as for how I think I was perceived, I don't know. I can think of horrible slurs that people probably thought, or you can get the sense of a couple of people who are like, oh, this person doesn't like me, or yeah, this person is giving me those kind words, but it's not going to lead anywhere. So there's a lot of that. But me, I've heard everyone talk badly and nasty things about everybody else. Yeah. So I just assume whenever somebody tells me something,
no exception.
Yeah, I'm no exception. So it's not even. I don't even think of it. I'm like, oh yeah, of course they hate me. Of course they wouldn't like. This guy broke in Swahili. Like he's probably like, yeah, of course, like because I can't speak properly. So I never hold that against anyone. It is what it is. But yeah, you just try to do your best and try to keep your nose clean.
So when we moved back, and I'm not sure you'll speak to that yourself as well. You need to know somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, of course.
Who can get you in a certain job. I personally didn't really have much of that. So for a while, it was a bit of a challenge.
Yes, in the wilderness.
Yeah, finding a job, because most of the Tanzanians I knew were outside.
Right.
So
That's just
how did that?
horrible deal.
It was
the whole
really,
point is that
man, it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating. Like the people I knew, I was hoping would be, hey, we found you this opportunity.
Yeah.
Go talk to so and so.
Right.
I think the only person who really did that for me was my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's here in terms of
Yeah, the one. No. My older cousin brother who I stayed with when I moved back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did his part, helping me and opening like doors for me. But it was just him, and there was only so much he could do. And I don't know if he really knew a lot of people, but I've seen people who come to Tanzania and immediately they get absorbed into the workplace because they have people in so many places. So what was that like for you, searching for like corporate jobs or 9 to 5, knowing somebody that
Did you
knows
use
another?
any, this is through contact? Because
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, because you said you were mostly doing it on your own. Did you use LinkedIn and all those websites? Do you think they were helpful?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Does that help you? I've been successful once on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about
So
that.
at the
Like,
time-
do these websites actually help?
yeah. So at the time, I didn't. I knew about LinkedIn, but I don't think I knew how to effectively search for jobs like I do now. What I did try.
Message people or something.
What I did try.
She's
like,
slid in the DM.
I'm
Slid in the DM.
so sad that I actually fell for that. You know those job postings, those people who tell you that you come to our office, we're going to help you find a job.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just need to pay a certain amount of money. I fell for that.
Oh no!
Is this a part of the trauma you were talking about in
I
episode
fell
1?
for that. Yeah, I did. I fell for that, and I paid so much money
Yeah, I know
to
a few people
these,
who fall for
yeah,
that.
to these agents who could help you look for a job. To their benefit, I think there was one who I think I paid like 10,000, and their deal was you only pay once, and we're going to find you something for as long as you want to work with us. We'll help you find something and get
But how
settled.
hard are they
Sister,
going to
But
work?
now
for-
that's the
Something
thing.
10,000.
That's the thing. So
10,000.
they're only gonna send you to like.
You were threatening us with breaking the glasses, and then she was gonna lead by
I thought that was the
example.
moment.
So I paid that once, and they kind of set up appointments. But now, the challenge was they're sending me to appointments that are not what I studied for,
Right.
or like I'm in
tailored
media,
to
like
you.
I did public relations, and they're sending me for an interview in search of a secretary. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Chemical waste.
Yeah, so it was, I think they were doing that just to show you
Yeah,
that,
like,
hey,
oh, we did
the
something.
opportunities, yeah, we did something for you. So I
Yeah.
fell for that, so because I didn't have, like, you know, and I was so desperate, I think at some point to
But
really
like,
get a
on
job.
that, on that desperate part, like, because I've encountered a couple of those people. To me, it never made sense. It's like I'm trying to make money, and you're asking me for money. Like that's
To
first
help me
step.
make money.
Yeah, it's like I'll just pay us
Hey, you
50,000.
have to be welcomed into any town,
Never.
anyhow.
That's
Like,
my-
there has to be
my
something
spider
that brings
senses
you.
were tingling. I'm like, woof. We're like, no,
Yeah,
no.
This doesn't make sense.
All right, so what was it like for you? Did you have somebody
Yeah,
or
I mean,
people who helped you
I
find?
was a lot more fortunate. You know, most of my family is here. They're still scattered around the world, but yeah, my parents were a very big help. And even before I started working, because I took maybe like 6 months, 7 months coming back here, you know, my cousin would have a catering business. So I was like, okay, we have 3 events per week. Let me just do that. I just need to get out of the house and
Yeah.
earn some money, meet some people. So there's a lot of people who are very willing to help you if they can sense that, oh, this guy actually wants to make something. And I think my family, especially, and a couple of my friends that I knew from childhood, they're very generous with their time and effort. So yeah, I was very lucky in that regard, I think. Even to this day, there's always people out there looking for you, you know, looking out for you. They're always like, oh, you should check this out. There's this
Yeah.
master's
Yeah.
program. There's this this opening and this. Yeah, there's always recommendations,
Yeah.
and yeah. So I really appreciate that.
I think I got that after I settled in and I'd already been doing like networking
Right,
and talking to
yeah.
people and so forth. So now I have people who'd be like, oh yeah, this seems like something you might
Yeah,
be
exactly.
interested in or you might be able to do, so give it a go. So yeah, now that I've had to do that, and now I'm definitely going to be that parent who is like, I need to know people because when my child is
it's-
grown, I want to
You
be
don't
able
want
to
to
say,
pass through
hey,
what you
Ryan,
went
go
through.
talk to Uncle Mahatma.
Yeah.
He's gonna sort you out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my child to you.
My mom is like that.
I
She's
think
like
that's
that.
really cool. Like
Yeah,
that
and-
sense of community and
Yeah.
networking. It's
Yeah, and I realized
And
that
very important.
Another aspect of like knowing somebody who knows a person, we call it nepotism or whatever you want to call it. Like it's a bad thing.
it's not. My
It is
parents did
not
not work
a
hard
bad thing
for me to
at
have
all.
a hard life.
And
Okay.
I think that was one thing that I came to learn and observe here, that it is taken as such a sin.
Like you didn't
Like,
work hard
you
to
got
get where
into
you.
this- yes,
You
got-
didn't have to go through the
Exactly.
struggle I had to
You
go
got into
through.
this job because of so and so.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
like,
okay.
that a thing, man?
It is a thing.
Like a negative thing?
It
A
is-
lot of people take it
negatively, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
somebody told me out in the West they call it corruption. Here we call it connections.
It is it is not corruption. I think corruption is when like money is involved. Like if your father or your
Yeah, if you-
uncle has to pay, let's say Monanchi or somebody at Monanchi to give you a
Right.
spot.
No, I'm saying translate that to like a government
Yeah,
job.
that's
what it
Yeah,
is.
or like when
But
you
like,
appoint your
you know,
brother
some-
into
yeah.
a position they're not qualified.
they're not
for.
qualified for, yeah. But
That's
like,
when it becomes
if
a
you
bit-
tell me today that, hey, I know Joanne, I've worked with her,
Yeah, meet
and
with
I
her.
tell Joanne, send me your CV,
Yeah.
and I put her
Aligns.
through the works,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair enough. you
it's
know?
fair.
Yeah,
it is fair.
that's
It's
fair.
just it's just unfortunate. So I can understand the bitterness. Look, I didn't even consider it.
It's
Yeah,
just
man,
one
you
foot
know,
through the
but
door,
you know
you know?
people that I don't know.
Exactly.
You know?
So that really shocked me because I was like, I don't know anybody here.
Yeah.
How do you expect me to get in if I don't have somebody to help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it going to make you feel better that I've come back and now I'm struggling and I have nothing going for myself? And like that makes
Like
you
being
feel good
thrown
about
into the
yourself.
deep end. Like
know?
throwing a little baby in the deep end and watching them struggle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that knowing somebody that knows a person, to some people it has been like a negative experience,
Yeah.
and they've struggled with fitting in the workplace and finding their footing. Like,
Wait, finding someone? Wait.
no, like you get, let's say I bring you in and I've introduced you to my boss and my boss has put you through all that, but you get to meet colleagues who know that Mahatma only got in because Lucy did 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And that's why
And
you
so
think
they
your
start to
coworkers
make
talk
your
bad
life
about you.
difficult because to them
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't even be here.
Do you even qualify to be here?
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
fair enough.
You
That-
know,
I think that happens. But
I
at
can
the
see
same-
both sides of the coin.
I mean, yes,
But
you
like,
can, but
you know,
I
at
feel
the
like
same
it
time-
But
only
to
makes sense.
actively hinder someone because of that, then it's
yeah,
just
it's
comes
giving
an accident.
hater energy.
It's like my whole thing is like, yo, we're all trying to get paid, right?
Right.
All right, so you tried the work 9 to 5 thing. Once you got in, what was it like in terms of like salary expectations and negotiations and?
I actually didn't. I didn't ask anyone. I didn't get any advice. So when
You didn't do research on what you were coming in to do.
No, I did research, but
No,
I didn't know about the pay. Like I didn't.
So you didn't do salary
Were
research.
I
you
didn't
shy
do- I
to
didn't do
ask
salary.
about?
No, they asked me like how much you expected. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I know, like, what do I think I need? So I just named my price, and then the counter was just like, yo, that's barely enough for transport,
Yeah.
you know. So that's what I mean by fickle here in Tanzania is that you can find yourself in a very, you know, there are a lot of people that you might think if you come in at entry level at an office, you see somebody, oh, they're meeting with diplomats, oh, these foreign dignitaries are coming in. Oh, that's an intern too. They're also not being paid, you know. So people do heavy workloads for very little money for the most part. So that, yeah. And first of all, the standard of living itself here is relatively moderate, but I think the salary still hasn't caught up to that. The general, you know, that's just been one of the unfortunate realities that I've realized about this place.
And you know what's another misconception is people actually think Tanzania is cheap, which we talked about, but
Last time, yeah.
actually it's
It's
not.
relatively to other African countries,
Okay,
yeah.
to
But
other
it's just
African,
there's no
but then like
the
over the
income
long
levels.
run, yeah, exactly. The income doesn't really match. First of all, your workload. Like, how are you gonna make me work a 12-hour day, and then at the end of the month you're paying me $150? Bruh.
Yeah, and people
know?
Sounds painful.
Yeah, people offer you that
And
with a
it
straight face.
happens.
Yeah. And $150, that's like generous. It's like 300, 400K. Like, I've heard some horrific stories. I'm like, what? And even, you know, the whole find a job that pays well. It's like, find a job that pays.
Yeah.
Because you could agree on 2-3 million, and then at the end of the month, like, yeah, you only gave me 400,000. Yeah, we'll get by. Like, yo,
True.
there's a lot of that going
Yeah,
on too.
yeah.
So that's been the, because what are the enforcement mechanisms? How do you force someone to give you money that they owe you? You know,
Yeah.
you're relatively powerless.
Yeah.
Or you got to start or file a lawsuit or something. So
By the way, especially with startup businesses, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to startup founders.
agencies.
No shade whatsoever, but
Maybe
this
just
was
a little bit of
no.
shade.
This was my experience. I worked for a startup company. It had been like a few years old, and to this day,
I'm still waiting.
they owe me 3 months worth of salary.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going
And
on.
I
too.
remember when I
That's
tried
so
to follow
crazy.
it up, like these people gaslit me so bad
Yeah.
for my own money.
What
like-
happened?
I wanted to threaten, I wanted to do all that. And I remember talking to this friend of mine, he's a lawyer, and he was like, yeah, don't worry, we can do 1, 2, 3. But I'm like, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
but
that's
why?
to what end? Like,
Yeah.
They just
It will probably cost you more than
yeah,
you even
it
owe.
would. And I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And now there was that.
You just touched.
Again, apologies
I'm
to the
just- I'm
startup
even
associ-
shaking from
whatever,
fear.
community.
Yeah.
No shade whatsoever. But I actually
a little
got to
bit of
meet
shade.
my old boss who refused to pay me till today. And I kid you not, this man looked through me as I was walking in his direction, like I was not there.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's part of the strategy.
You know, but like, why do they do that? Like, that's crazy. It's giving slavery.
Yeah.
I don't think it's slavery per se. It's just not being properly prepared when you're opening a company.
Not necessarily
And
even startups.
In my
just other
experience,
companies.
in my experience, at least with this particular company, it felt like, hey, here is this young girl. She's exposed. She's eloquent in how she speaks. She knows
Right.
what she's doing.
Yeah.
She might be an asset.
Yeah.
And then you get in, and that thing of actively hindering somebody, it's not always because of how you got in.
Yeah.
Other times, in my experience, it was more of, oh, you think you know this better than me. So
Egos were
yeah, so
clashing.
egos were clashing. So
Yeah.
we got to a point where I would need to be, for example, in a certain meeting.
Yeah.
I need to be there because I'm the one who is going to create content
Right.
for this particular client. And your perception as business developer is not the same as mine as content
Yeah,
creator.
yeah.
So you might not ask this person the questions that I need to get answers to so that I'm able to produce what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started getting left out of meetings, no matter how hard I push.
Yeah.
And then I'm told, this client wants 1, 2, 3.
That's a big thing that people do. They just leave you out
Yeah.
of meetings.
You need to do
And they don't
one,
catch
two,
you
three.
up, and when they do, it's not in detail.
It's not in detail, and it's not to them.
And they
It might
expect
be
you to
in
deliver.
detail. To them, it might be in
Right.
detail, but it's not in detail in accordance to what the client wants.
Yeah.
So I found myself at times having to do, let's say, content production twice.
Yeah.
Because you do the first batch of content, and the client is like, "This is not what we agreed on."
Yeah.
So you have to start again.
Right.
And because of that, I'm like, why don't you
Frustrating.
make sure that I'm in the meeting? No, it's okay because we're going to close the deal.
It's not that
we're just signing the
important.
contract, yada, yada, yada. And I got to a point I was like, this is frustrating.
Of course.
This got so frustrating. My contract ended. I'm like, thank you for the opportunity, but
I don't think
we
I
need
want
to part
renew
ways.
it.
Yeah.
No problem, we're going to pay you your money.
Wait, so you waited 3 months before asking for...
And why
no,
were you leaving
immediately
before
when my contract
getting
ended.
paid?
So it was like back pay.
But they weren't paying you per month.
So they were supposed to be paying every month.
Right.
But,
Whoa.
we got
First
this deal.
red flag.
Yeah, we got this deal, so we're waiting for their funds to come through and we'll pay your,
Right.
so you're like, in good faith. We've built this relationship, in as much as we have like work frustrations and all of that, I still believe in what you want to do with the company.
Right.
And
You
put that
see the
aside,
vision.
I still think
You
you're,
inspired me.
I still think you're like a
You
really
gave
cool
me my
person.
opportunity.
I
Yeah.
also think you're like a really
I
cool
appreciate
person.
it.
So I want to like see how far we can go with this.
You just cheap
So
as
young
so
and
naive.
naive.
So naive.
That's how
And
we
they're
learn.
like,
Like I look back at
Yeah,
that
that's
young
like-
Lucy, I look back
Yeah,
at that.
exactly.
I look back at that young Lucy, and I'm like, I don't even want to slap you back to reality because you didn't know better.
Yeah.
You didn't know better,
You
but
were
now,
learning. Yeah.
so what he's saying that you need to find a company that pays is very, very important.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
one
real.
thing to agree that you're gonna pay me 200,000 or you're gonna pay me 2 million,
Yeah.
and then salary day comes and you only get
And
like,
I hate
a
how
fraction of that.
it becomes like another
And they don't
part
even
of my
give you a
job.
reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, it becomes another part of my job to get my money.
you know.
Like, hey, remember you said you pay me the second third, not even the second half.
Like, why do I have to follow? Like, I'm begging for my own money and I'm putting in the work.
How's your weekend going?
Right.
So you
So-
said you sent it on Friday.
Now,
Nah.
salaries are. We're obviously going to keep coming back to this conversation because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Yeah.
there are other people with like worse experiences than the two of us or the three of us. So
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories.
I know, right?
Real, just like what?
Yeah.
I'm like,
so-
are you still working
That's
here?
the thing. Like,
And
I
then
think back about that company, and I'm like, it's so.
Does
it
that
was so-
company still exist till now?
not my monkey, not my circus. I
Right.
really don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I look back and I want to get angry, and then I listen to people's stories. I'm like, oh, you got it bad. You got it so bad.
What? They took your shoes?
You got it so bad.
And they snatched your wigs. And they
Yeah,
didn't
so-
leave you no edges.
No, you get here, you try to navigate all those salary expectations and whatnot. you still have to deal with family, right? Your family knows that,
Expecting
hey,
you.
Mahatma is now working
End month,
for
end month.
Mwananchi and all of that. And your parents might be understanding because you're living at home, you know, you're not yet settled.
Right.
They are understanding. But you have extended family, you've got cousins who are like, oh, Kaka Mahatma, Karudi, amepata kazi, he's doing 1, 2, 3. So, you know,
Let me hit him up at.
now you have the financial responsibility to care for cousins, to care for
Right.
that auntie there who wants to brag that my nephew is doing 1, 2, 3. So, you know.
Or all of a
kanitumia
sudden someone
kumi.
is getting married.
Kanitumia kumi, you know.
I think that whole dynamic was rather playful, and at least, I mean, I've seen from a couple of my cousins who might be a lot further along in their careers, you know, like accomplished. You know, there's a consultant, a tax consultant. You know, he does pretty well for himself. He gets a lot of that. But for me, it was like, hey, kanunue konyagi, or like my uncles used to do that a lot. Hey, umishwamwezi, you know, so there was a lot of that going on. Or kama ifukumi, ifishini. But for the most part, I don't know. I didn't experience too much of that since coming back. And
Are you grateful?
no, I mean, not necessarily grateful. I've heard of that phenomenon, but it wasn't. I don't think it pertains to me.
So how do
entirely.
you think that helped you in getting stable in Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania generally? Because I think when there are family expectations, where finances are concerned, you need to contribute to this, you need to contribute to that, it adds more pressure.
No, there's certainly a lot of contributions, you know, like obligations and things of that nature, and Chango. Oh my God, that's like
Obviously, Michango is like
a whole new world.
it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's not really everywhere. I mean, certainly not in the circles that I was hanging out with. It's only here. Actually, when I came here, it's like, oh, like my first month. Like, I'm getting married next month. Give me 70K. I'm like, what? Who are you?
Actually, you talked a bit. I want us to just before we get deeper into this topic. Oh yeah, before we get deeper into this topic, thank you, Lucy. I wanted to ask you: have you ever done freelance work?
Yes.
And how was that like, as opposed to?
That's been actually the bulk. I've been back for maybe 4 years now. That's been the bulk. Maybe
and the pressures and the.
I've worked in the
level.
office for maybe 2 years, and the other 2 years I've been freelancing. And that is hard. It's more fun. There's more, you know, you get more time to yourself, and you can sort of set your own hours as long as your deliverables are met. But working for people, because a couple of the companies I worked for, they were outside of the country. Now, talking about money and salary and all that, for the most part, they were respectable, but those couple of months where it's like, oh, I don't think they're ever going to pay me again. So and I hate the lack of communication. That's, you know, you call somebody, oh, we'll get you, like, this is important. You gave me a job, I need this. So that's my biggest concern. I think at the end of the day, I would still probably prefer freelancing because it was just a ridiculous amount of relief. You know, we're like, oh, I can just I got up at 9 a.m., made some coffee, make some bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
And by
In
11
this economy?
Bacon and eggs.
Okay.
Bougie.
In fact, I'll be looking for you every month.
very
Bacon and
bougie.
eggs.
I'm taxed for 27K, not a small one.
But still
I was
bacon and
back
eggs.
it was a couple of years ago.
Damn.
Nothing small.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think anything where you get to set your own times, and as long as you can meet whatever requirements you have,
Yeah, of course.
that's always the most ideal for me, at least. Because another big thing is just this goddamn heat. Oh, I cannot stand. Dar es Salaam, it's actually starting to mess with my mind.
It does that to you. It does that to you.
It's a genuine mental health thing for me. No, because like let's go here, and it's like you step outside and there's this sun rays just shooting at you.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was able to get away from that, and even now, like I'm pretty much just doing freelancing for the next month or so.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's really nice.
I think it also opens you up for like networking and figuring out, you know.
And you get put in touch with like a couple of years last year. I did a podcast for this magazine based in Kigali, Rwanda.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was really cool because they would just put me in touch with these authors and scholars from around the world. I told them, like, oh, this is fun. Now I have new people to read up on. So there's a lot of that.
So it's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Sounds
Yeah,
fun.
you set your
It's
own.
just
I might quit.
It's just
Don't try
lonely.
me.
No, it's lonely as hell. If you're a social
Never mind.
butterfly,
Don't try me.
Never mind, I'm coming back.
you will be lonely though.
I think it works for introverts.
Yeah.
You
I
are
can-
too much of a social butterfly.
I'm an introvert if I'm surrounded by people, you know? If I have the option of people there, you know, like a boarding house. When I was in boarding house, like, oh, my friends are here, let me just chill, watch a movie in my little cubicle.
So you're like an ambivert. You're like a chameleon.
It's like it's nice to be around people, but if I'm just left by myself, I will be by myself. I can go 4 days
Yeah.
without speaking to anyone.
Me too,
And,
actually.
and eventually it's like, oh my
Same.
God, I haven't uttered a word to another human being. I should probably, yeah. So if you don't mind that feeling of just, oh my goodness.
I think there were times I used to think I was an ambivert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're an extrovert.
I am thorough. No, I am completely an introvert.
Really?
Like,
I think I'm an ambivert.
I need to watch how I say this, but I
Or
need to
just
say it this way.
autistic.
I don't like people.
Is that you watching how you're gonna say that?
Yeah,
Let's
people
see.
are hard to
I need to say this way. I don't like people.
People are very
I
hard to
like me, my space, my aloneness.
And then you add the heat on top of that.
And forget the heat. Like the heat just makes it worse.
Worse.
And I think that's why
That's
like,
a
when
genuine
you find
concern
me
of
a
mine.
lot with my headphones because
yeah.
I want to be in my own little world
Yeah.
Right.
with minimal human
I
interaction.
get that.
And I can be very charming. I can be extremely charming. Like, this is the thing that always shocks people.
Lovely.
When I tell people that I'm an introvert, especially people who've met me through work, they find that extremely hard to believe because I study public relations. Like,
Yeah,
I can
you
put
have
on
to.
that
Yeah,
That
it's part of the
mask.
job.
for
that-
work. I'm like, I'm getting
Exactly.
paid for this. You know,
Exactly,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna put on the charm and charm your pants off. I will convince you the sky is pink if I need to, if I'm getting paid enough for it.
Yeah,
But as soon as I get home and I take that off, I'm like, I'm gonna do that shit again.
I
it's the
get
worst
that.
day of my
And then you
life.
have to do it again tomorrow. But actually, that I used to think I'm an ambivert, but now that you've described it that way, I can relate so much. Because me personally, I would like to think I'm an ambivert. Like when I'm around people, I feel maybe I'm an
How does
energy
an ambivert-
But I
vampire.
think an ambivert
Operate.
has moments where they actively seek out people.
Yeah.
I don't actively seek out people. Like even with my friends, we have to plan like 3 months in advance.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah,
we're going to do
that's
1,
very
2, 3
important.
on this particular
I'm usually
day.
dragged.
Of
to
which
things.
it's like
Once my social
people-
battery runs out,
Yeah.
it is
2
out.
people, and all my 2 people, we are literally exactly the same. I went out with my other friend the other day, and we got to Samaki, and at some point we looked at each other. We're like, we're too old
What are
for
we
this.
doing here?
Yeah, because
We need to go.
There's a lot of that going
Yeah,
on.
just
'cause
they're
you-
like,
You're trying to do the cool thing that's
Yeah, we're like-
happening. It's like,
I know we said we
why
want to
am
go
I
out.
doing this?
here's my idea of going out. Like now, we get some wine, get some
Yeah.
pizza, we go to the beach. You know, we just,
Oh, the beach
yeah,
is
we
where
just play
that's
some
my
music,
idea
meet
of
some
going
people.
out.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally what we do to go out.
So I'm like, I don't actively seek people out. Even on my days off when I'm on leave, like unless I'm traveling. When I travel, by the way, Travel Lucy is like a whole other person.
Yeah.
When I travel, I am a proper extrovert because I'm not spending that much money to sit in a hotel room. I am going to go out everywhere.
That part,
I
that
reach
part.
my
Yeah.
foot count, my step count for the day, and then some.
You tell me it's the best part though. It's
Out.
so soft.
You know?
Because you don't have
I
responsibilities
reach my
on
step count
holiday.
and I'm traveling. I do not stay indoors. I'm not the kind of person you'll travel with and be like, let's just chill at the hotel.
No.
I want to do it all.
Yeah.
I'm a hotel.
I'm going
I
to
always
do it.
appreciate.
Oh.
What?
No, it's
What
a
is
bed.
wrong? Are you in the
It's a bed,
penthouse,
and now
maybe?
at
I
most
get
of
some whiskey delivered to my room.
no. At most
Maybe
they've
in the
added Netflix.
evening.
You
But
know?
me personally, I'm the same. Even in the evening, I want to go out.
I
wanna
want to
go
experience
see,
it
I
all.
want-
But like when
Yes.
I'm at home, when I'm here,
I just want to
I am in my house. When I take I could take a week off and buy groceries, buy my drinks,
Yeah, stay in
and
the
then I lock
Just
myself in
relax.
the house.
Personally,
I only open the door to take out trash so that my neighbors are like, oh, she's still alive.
even me sometimes I stay in my room like for a while because in my house we don't really have that thing where you have to like come out and see you're alive. So I can stay in my room for a while and then I'll come out and people be like, oh, you were home. I'm like, yeah, what's that?
Good talker.
See, at home I can't do that. I can't do that because my mother will be like,
Every
banging
5
on the
seconds-
door.
No,
Yeah.
me I can. and
Any
I'm so
opportunity she gets,
grateful.
if she's not banging on the door, she's sitting on the couch there screaming everybody's name. Lucy,
What happened?
Lucy, what's for lunch?
It's
What's for
always
dinner? I'm like,
nothing. It's always nothing. As soon as you go downstairs, yeah? How you doing?
Oh.
There's a lot of sleep.
There was a time I actually wanted to tell her. She was like, "What's
I
for
wanna take a
breakfast?"
nap.
I was like, "Ma'am, it's your house."
Yeah, I'm just a guest nowadays.
And then I remembered she's African. Anyway, so back to our
Back
conversation.
to
So
the matter.
we went off topic so far.
Way off.
But now in terms of like figuring out your network rather, I had to start from scratch. A lot of it I had to start from scratch. But
How did you do that? Like I wanted to ask you this earlier when you said, because you said it took a while to get set
it
up.
took a while,
She
yeah.
got scammed by websites. Don't
Is
forget
it
that one.
websites or
Anybody, I'm looking for money, and you're saying I should give you money. My alarm bells just started
Ding,
ringing.
ding, ding,
Even
ding,
these
ding.
Mkopo, these loan places.
Microfinance officers and stuff.
No. Like a
Oh
couple
my
of
God,
my
those
friends have
guys
scammed
will
me
make
back.
you lose your.
They'll just give us 80K and in 2 days we'll give you 150.
Yeah. So I
Ah,
on top of like my brother helping and getting scammed into like paying back 10,000, I knew like a couple of friends.
Right.
One of them was called Hamis. He used to work. He was one of the organizers for Swahili Fashion Week. So he would occasionally throw gigs my way, or if he needs help, he'd be like, "Hey, we're doing 1, 2, 3."
What kind of gigs?
MC?
Entertain, not MCing. Oh my God, I don't
I
come
don't think I could
No,
see
just
you
like
doing
the
that.
backstage, like organizing, talking to clients,
yeah.
and things like that. So he would occasionally call me up, like there's 1, 2, 3 happening, and so after realizing, because as I was talking to you guys earlier, like the thing that kept me here mostly was COVID, like when the borders shut
Yeah,
down
yeah,
and I
yeah.
couldn't go back.
COVID was just.
Yeah.
We all
COVID
have our
trapped
own
a
COVID
lot of
stories.
Yeah,
people.
I couldn't go back home, so I had to
Yeah, I
like,
get
yo, you need to figure
Find a way.
this thing out, figure out how you're going to be living. You cannot live on your savings forever. So Hamis introduced me to this group guys who had started a company, but I did that on a project basis. So they were looking for like somebody to do communications and all of that. So that job, because these guys were foreigners,
Right.
so that job kind of opened me up to different people, and it had me traveling around. It was what got me to Arusha for the first time. I'd never been to Arusha. Got me talking to different people. So I started building my network that way. And when that project ended, I still had Hamis, I still had the people that I'd met on the job. So people throwing opportunities my way, so I would keep getting, but I wasn't taking long-term assignments because I still had it in my head that as soon as COVID is over, I'm gonna go back home.
Oh, yeah. We were like, this little thing.
So I still wasn't taking
Yeah, we all had that.
long gigs. I was just doing like 3 months, and then that's it. And then somebody connected me with the Citizen managing editor, and then the rest is history. So that's how I got in here. And then getting in here, the thing I think I appreciate the most about working here is you're not too restricted in what you do. Like it's not that typical 9-to-5 job where you're not allowed to do things on the side. So in as much as you're working here, you have to be responsible, you have to deliver and all of that. You still have room to do beyond what you do here.
Right.
So
Yeah, there's
I
a lot of time.
realized, like once I found my footing here, because it wasn't really easy getting acquainted to what I'm like, company as a company,
The work
figuring
culture,
out the
organization
work culture. And
culture.
by the way, I was thrown in the deep end. A lot of what I do now at Mwananchi, I didn't even study for that.
Yeah.
I did journalism as like a subject for
Why
one
really study
semester.
journalism?
It's a course, like it's a 4-year course, but
Within you.
with public
Yeah.
I did
relations,
it.
with public
The
relations,
journalist is the friends
you do one. It's a subject basically,
Right.
1 semester. So journalism, marketing, advertising, you do that just 1 semester. It's just 1 semester course. So I had like the basics of journalism and mass communication, but I had PR in me. But because I read, I write, and all of that, it was easy to. The bulk of the
Because
work
you're
was
that
easier.
girl.
It's a Jason.
Yeah,
It's not-
100% that.
Yeah, it's not too
Don't
far-fetched.
say you're that
Yeah, so
girl.
I had to now like make connections on my own.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was thrown in the deep end. So I'm getting assignments where I'm told you need to go interview 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, I've never done interviews. How do I start?
That's the easiest part of journalism.
And then
when you're
mind
starting, it's not.
it's not that easy. And I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people.
Yeah.
So like I would have moments where I'm just like, bruh, can't we send like somebody else?
Dude, you're
And
boring.
Bucky is like, no,
It has to be.
you need to do this. And then the promos and the likes, and I kid you not, like people always tell me, oh my God, you're so good on camera. You did this promo so well. I'm like, y'all need to ask that man. How much fighting I put up.
This is why you guys are fighting like siblings.
Yes,
every
we
time.
fight like siblings
You
because
fight
he
like
knows, like,
siblings.
there's nothing he's going to tell me to do, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'll do it.
Right.
Like, he would have moments where he comes and tells me, I need you to do 1, 2, 3. And the moment I start arguing, he puts on the boss hat. He's like, you're doing this. I'm like, oh, damn. You know, so I had to start like making networks on my own. So having like that supportive boss, having
Shout out
like
to
our
Bucky.
former CEO, you know, opening doors for you, like you need to do this, you need to talk to so and so, like them pushing me out of my comfort zone
Right.
forced me to now get to know people.
Yeah.
So you're collecting business cards, and you guys know I always post a lot of nonsense on my WhatsApp
Yeah.
stories, and so
Smittering.
I at first I was just like, I need to block some of these CEOs.
No.
And then I post a meme, and they engage with that and they laugh, and then we start building a relationship.
Yeah.
And
There's
I
no fun
started,
in that.
yeah,
I stopped blocking people
Oh
from
my
my
God, I
stage.
used to be
If
so.
you like it, you
It's
like
just-
it. If you
it's just
hate
my
it, you hate
you know,
it. It's
the-
mine.
Yeah. Yeah, so I realized, like,
this is who I am.
just because somebody is a CEO of a certain Fortune 500 company, they're still human at
That's
the end of the
still
day.
human.
You know, and if they can view my WhatsApp story and find
it
humor
funny,
in
yeah.
it and actually talk to me beyond just the profession,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's not so difficult, it's not so hard.
Yeah.
And that's how now I started building networks, because I was just like, if I have to attend networking events, I don't know what to do in networking events. I've attended a few.
I feel like I would just
I feel like
stand
it's
in
just
the
another
corner and watch
popularity
people.
contest.
I've
like,
attended a few networking events, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to walk around. Oh, what do you do? Oh, really? Oh, that's boring. That's horrible. What?
And like, you have to walk up to people and break up their conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hi, I'm Lucy.
Hi.
I do.
Here's my business
I'm sorry.
card.
I can't do that.
Yes. Worse is like
I'm
at
sorry
a
to
conference.
interrupt.
Yeah. So
If you go to a conference or something, and then they're like, okay, now you guys can network. Like, I'll be back at the
exactly. So you know,
Where's
because
the
of
bar
that,
at?
because of that, like
Network there.
the job was now like putting me out there, and
Yeah.
I had to meet people. I had to talk to people. I had an experience once when I traveled to Kenya, and I don't know how to network, as I say. So I'm the kind of person, I'll go to a conference, and if I'm not speaking or I'm not paying attention to what's being spoken about, like we're not in session, we've gotten that coffee break, and I'll go get my coffee, and then I'm gonna be like on my phone.
Headphones on too, don't forget.
I try not to put on my headphones in case somebody talks to me,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I don't put myself out there. So when I traveled to this event, my phone broke.
Oh, that's the well. I was like, oh, now I have to meet you people.
My phone broke, and I didn't even have this, so I didn't have like WhatsApp on my desktop, so I had like a bigger laptop, and you can't just like be pulling that
Yeah.
out anywhere. So I'm just like, oh my God, and I had to send an email to the company here, like, guys, I might not be reachable on WhatsApp because of 1, 2, 3. My phone just like, it was a very small fault, but then it just went dark. So I was forced for an entire week to talk to people, because now I want photos. I'm like, hi, can you take a photo of me and then email it to me?
Yeah.
So hey, my email
Email
is,
is
you know,
crazy, yeah.
and it was torture.
But I've been there.
But then the thing is, if that hadn't happened,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met the people I met. I have gotten some really dope friends because of that event. I have now traveled.
It was a blessing.
Yeah, I have
inside.
traveled because now I build that relationship with them, and they're like, hey, come stay over at my place, you know. But if my phone was working, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have known these people.
You're so real for that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the best instances of networking is when you're naturally just forced to interact. Like if there's a big banquet and you're sitting at the same table.
When
Or,
your
you know,
mom
things like
pushes
that.
you to go interact with the cousins you've never met
but
before.
like-
you're
Or if somebody
okay.
exposes like their own insecurity while you're there and you're drinking, you're like, oh, yes, oh, dude, you know, that's what I've noticed. That's where like my longest like connections that I made people professionally. It's like, oh, this person now to like 5 years later, you can
I
still.
think we tend to forget that these people are just like me and you.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
But like when you're networking, you still have to deal with that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, if you're
Like-
not, somebody's, I don't know if I saw it in a movie, but it was like, if you don't feel uncomfortable in these rooms that you're in, it just means that you're not, pushing
It's not
yourself.
fair.
It's not, no, you're not, you have to feel uncomfortable. That just means that you're elevating yourself.
Yeah.
Because you have to
You're
feel
not
that
in your
level of
comfort
discomfort
space,
as you're
you
moving
know?
up.
You're
You have to feel
growing.
like you don't belong.
Yeah, I get that. I get that argument.
But
I think there's a difference between feeling uncomfortable and having an imposter syndrome.
feeling
Because I might feel discomfort at being in a certain room, not because I'm not pushing myself.
Right.
It could be because, hey, this conversation is not
for me.
for me, or it's not an area I'm conversant about.
Right.
You can take me today and put me in a room with economists. I will get bored out of my
No,
mind.
the Dow Jones.
I will get bored out of my mind because, first of all, I don't even understand what they're talking about. And no matter how hard I push myself to get myself in the conversation, I won't know what to say.
Right.
It's not an area of expertise.
I just know surplus and demand.
Yeah, if
and
you take me,
deficit.
if you take me today
Price
and
of
put
eggs.
me in a room with scientists or doctors, yes, I'm not a doctor, but I read science a lot. It was one of my best subjects in school. Like, I understand science, I understand mathematics. I might not like be that sharp, but I would peek and understand what they're talking about.
Right.
So I would feel, yes, I need to push myself here so that I can either further understand and, so there I might have a bit of an imposter syndrome, especially if I want to comment on something because I think I understand it, but I'm not sure if it's where it needs to be like with these people.
Yeah.
So I think there's a difference between the uncomfortable because this is just not a room I should be in.
This goes back to what you were saying about the websites that scammed you. Sorry, Lucy, I just have to rub it in. Those websites you were talking about, like they would send you to secretarial jobs and
Yes.
stuff. You're like, this is not for me, So I definitely understand about the imposter syndrome because, like, this is not for me. What are we talking about? Like, even if I did learn 1, 2, 3, where am I going to exercise what I'm learning here? You
But
know?
also, another aspect of imposter syndrome is I got into this job, I'm getting promoted, and I'm leaving people behind who have been in this company for 10, 15 years. Am I qualified enough to be in this position?
Right.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah, I think that's the
the
biggest
right?
part of
Yeah.
it. Is like,
Am I the right
you don't
person?
deserve
But
it.
that's
To be here.
self-doubt now.
Yeah, that's
No,
the whole
that is
point.
imposter
Yeah.
syndrome, though.
The feeling
Yeah.
that you don't deserve.
Yeah. So
These
I
benefits.
think
Never do that, you guys.
because now I had to navigate a lot of this on my own. That was something I really battled with a lot. Even coming in Wananchi, because I'm like, I got into this job.
Or am I stepping on toes?
Oh yeah, no,
you know?
stepping on toes. That's
Ah,
not
yeah,
imposter
but
syndrome.
toes
It's-
are to be stepped on.
I am the kind of
Fine.
person who would happily step on your toes.
I'm gonna hide my toes now.
Yeah, I don't apologize about. If I know I'm right,
Yeah.
I will step on all the toes I need to step on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
on
it's
the
a mean
record,
thing to
right?
say. It's like it sounds like a mean girl thing, but it's just the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. If you feel like your toes have been stepped on, you need to check yourself.
Can you tell us how you overcame that imposter syndrome? Because right now,
I
my
don't
toes are
think
hidden.
really,
You don't overcome
you
it
don't
really.
really
You just
overcome
become
it.
comfortable
Yeah,
with it.
you just you either you become comfortable in having like
The
not even comfortable. It's not comfort.
confidence.
You just
grows.
need to acknowledge
Yeah.
in those moments that hey, this is not, this insecurity is just an imposter syndrome. Like there's certain, I think last time Dr. Sifa talked about it. Oh no, that was on X Spaces. But she mentioned like the certain type. You need to ask yourself like, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Because if I look on paper, I'm probably qualified to do this. If I look at like my track at work, I have
been
done
putting
1,
in
2,
the
3,
work.
4, 5. I've put in the work. So the company is well within its rights,
Yeah.
and my boss is perhaps well within his rights to give me this certain assignment.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem with imposter syndrome, a lot of times, in as much as it's internal,
Yeah.
the thing that fuels it is the external factors. So you're working with this people, as I said earlier, you found people that had been in the company 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
You're leaving them behind by far,
Yeah.
you know? And it's starting to look like, how is she getting there?
What
is she sleeping with the boss? Is she sleeping with the boss? Is she doing 1, 2, 3? So when you start hearing this from people who've been in certain positions
start
for long
feeling
periods
it.
of
Yeah, I
time, you
can
start
understand that.
doubting, yeah. So
Oh.
I can't say that imposter syndrome is something that I've overcome, especially considering I've had to do a lot of navigating on my own. But I think I have learned to identify when I'm having imposter syndrome and then like tell myself that get over it.
Yeah.
You are that girl.
You're definitely 100% that girl.
Yeah.
And even if you
And
aren't,
you deserve this.
and even if you aren't, work your way up.
Yeah, you're worthy.
Learn.
Someone saw
Put it
potential
in.
in you.
Like I
to
said,
give
like
you that
I was
position,
thrown in the deep
you
end.
know?
I was
Yeah.
thrown in the deep end. I didn't know half the stuff I was doing.
And now look at you.
I didn't know half the stuff I was doing. But then I pushed myself. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
No absolute way.
Can't be that hard.
On God's green earth that I don't get this.
Yeah.
Like I'm the kind of person, unless it's something that's completely, I don't even know how to put this. I like a challenge, yes. I hate it when somebody tells me, you can't do this, it's too difficult, or you're a girl, like you can't do this. Like I will break this apart and figure out how it works.
Yeah.
So even when I came in here, I was like, okay, I don't know how to do design work. I've never used InDesign. I've never created a newspaper page. I was trained for 2 days by the lady I took over from. And then I was given a week to prove myself. And then she goes on leave. And then I'm literally thrown in the deep end. I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm thrown in the deep end. And then there's another project that comes on top of this. And so Mpoki's like, you need to do 1, 2, 3. And then on this side, we have a deadline by 8 p.m. The paper needs to go to print. Like, there was so much coming at me. And I'm like,
Can imagine.
so I remember having this one day where I was just like, I got home and I'm like, so, like now putting things into perspective, into boxes. That's how I process, by the way. I would like take a piece of paper,
Me too.
pros and cons.
Yeah.
Can I not? Why can't I? Why can I? So I did that pros and cons thing. I'm like, what actually is my issue? Is it that I don't know this? What do I know? I know how to write. I know how to edit. I'm fast. I'm a fast learner.
And you're smart.
What can't I do? I cannot design. I've never done design work. I've never done.
Adobe,
I've never used the Adobe suite. I've never done any of that. I've also never worked in mainstream media, a media this big. Where I was working in Namibia, we had like monthly publications. So this is daily.
Monthly publication?
Yes. We had monthly publications. So this is now a daily assignment. So every day I need to get in with fresh creativity to put out whatever that needs to go out tomorrow. And I need to do it really fast. So yes, I'm agile, I'm adaptable and all of that. So these challenges, how do I fix that? And I was like, okay, so
They're fixable.
we have designers
Yeah.
and I'm a fast learner. And all I need is for them to show me, do one, if you do this, this happens, and then I play around with that.
Yeah.
How else can I fix this? I remember asking Poki, can I get the system on my laptop? He's like, yeah, sure. So I went to IT, they installed the system on my laptop, and I would go home and just play around with that
And just
until I figured it out. So whenever people come in,
Proactive.
yeah, so when people would come in and they're like, I've never done this, I don't know how to do this, it's so hard, I'm like, you just haven't decided to apply yourself. So that was now how I started figuring out this imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And then obviously you drown the noise because people will always talk. Hell, it's our job to talk about things and
I
people.
think if you're surrounded by a
You're
team,
so real.
if you have a couple of people who actually know how to do the work and are willing to help you, or at least are mandated to help you,
Yeah.
that makes all the difference.
So my thing was, whatever happens, I don't want to be at odds with my boss because that person will make my life difficult if we're at loggerheads. And I don't want to be at odds with like my immediate bosses, yes, and then I also don't want to be at loggerheads with like the designers. So I made sure these guys are my friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, as much as I'm an introvert, I want to be friends with these guys. And that's how I learned. So over the time, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to apply myself, I'm going to push myself, but am I pushing myself to do the right thing? Am I pushing myself to learn what I need to learn? That's how now I started like getting to understand the imposter syndrome, and then identifying it when it feels like,
It's too much.
yeah, this insecurity is not because I
It's
don't
not
know.
imposter syndrome
yeah,
anymore. It's
this
just
one is something different.
insecurity,
Yeah,
This
so.
this is depression.
Yeah.
And
you know,
anxiety.
or even workplace bullying, like maybe
Yeah.
that's what's
You're like-
causing it. So that happened, and I think I appreciated that because I had to learn for myself. So whenever like I see people like you coming home, like you laughed, you joked about this the other time when we were talking about being a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
It's okay, like I said, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But like a part of me wants to be like, I should tell Joanne not to do 1, 2, 3. But then a part of me is just like, nah,
it's
she's
just
gonna
gotta
learn
learn.
this.
Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, she needs to learn this. And
Yeah.
I do that even with my siblings.
Yeah.
Like my siblings come back to Tanzania and I'm like, if you guys need me to guide and help,
I'm here.
I'm good. I'm here. But if you think you can figure this out on your own,
By
all means, sir, proceed.
And I think that's something my big sister has actually really struggled with, because
Yeah.
I don't know, in her mind she thinks that
You're
I'm
still a baby. Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, if I need
I think
your help,
it's
I'll let you know.
It's natural. It's an instinct. Because even with my parents, I know they're still struggling. But they're like, your siblings, you need to help them. I'm like, no.
Everybody's
That's
grown.
a 28-year-old man. That's a 26, 27. I don't know how. Okay, I'm confusing my siblings' ages, but they're like in their 20s.
If you're watching this,
They're
she
grown.
loves you.
Yeah, I still love you. I'm still gonna be here if
Yeah.
you need me to help you with something.
Yeah, but figure
But
it out.
if you want to figure it out, by all
I wanna
means,
figure
go
out
for
by
it.
myself,
I figured this out on my own. I'm not doing it because I did it on my own, so I'm trying to punish you. I could shield you forever if I could.
But
But
you
I
won't be
shouldn't.
there forever.
I shouldn't if whatever hits the fan. We're trying not to curse today.
Yeah.
When what hits the fan?
Well,
The
yeah,
fan.
yeah. When it hits the fan, you know when what hits the fan. But like, yeah, when it gets tough and you really need somebody to bail you out, I'll be here.
Yeah.
When it gets tough for me, I will call my dad and he'll be like, okay, maybe I need to help.
Like tough, it's like life and death. Like, yeah,
And that's the thing,
I'm
like,
stuck on this
I will
island.
only
I need a
call
boat.
for help
When
when
you're
I have absolutely
exhausted
zero
all your
way
options.
out. I would call and I would probably start with my brother if I go to my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the networking on my own and figuring things out really, really helped. And as we mentioned earlier, like Monanchi is a place that allows you to have like side gigs and all of that. So I had the benefit of, I'm not relying solely on what Monanchi pays me.
Right.
I have the opportunity to pursue other avenues of income as long as I'm still responsible
delivering
here.
revenue.
But you left corporate culture and you decided to freelance and do your own thing. So essentially you started hustling on your own. So what has that been like for you?
I don't know, it's been quite exciting, I would say. There's a lot of, you do this, you work with a company for maybe 6 to 8 months, and then they're in Ethiopia or they're in Kigali or something like that. So there's a lot of traveling back and forth.
I love that.
I've never been flown out. I felt like an Instagram baddie. They're like, hey, can you come to Kigali tomorrow? I'm like,
Don't worry, keep your account.
So I'm like,
ticket is sent.
no, not even. Oh, I wish. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Who's paying for the flight? Okay, just send me your passport. Just send me your passport picture. So that whole experience was nice. And plus, this whole, when you talk about networking, you start meeting people. Like, I managed to go to Lagos to perform music,
Nice.
I opened for Kiss Daniel. Like, I remember I went to...
How come you didn't send me that?
I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even post a story. I put like a random picture on Instagram.
Yeah, because I didn't see that even on like
I
WhatsApp
didn't
stories.
tell anyone. It was almost. I cried on
When
the
was
first
this?
night. This was 2023 December, the Christmas break. I cried because it was a Christmas break. It was I went on the 20th up until on Christmas Day. I was flying back to Dar, and on the 21st the festival was starting, and Roddy Ricch was like the main performer. So like they put you up, they give you these like fancy tables.
Of course.
Apparently one of the tables cost like 10 million naira, which is like 30 million shillings. Like the currency is 3 times higher than ours. So I'm just sitting there, I'm just enjoying this free champagne and chicken wings. And then Roddy Ricch is playing, and I'm just like looking around, I'm all drunk
You
off
were
champagne.
living the
And I
life.
just started crying. I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest night of my life. So, and that thing was
Something I would do, to be honest.
it was such a fluke. That whole week was just, so there's a lot of that going on. And once you find these highs, once you're like, oh, I can do that. So I sort of, but it comes in like, how do they say, like fits and starts. It's not,
it comes in waves.
yeah, it's not consistent. That's been my challenge, is to try to make this like a consistent success, which is what I'm trying to push for this year at least. You know, where I have my own time, I have my own work that I can do wherever. I got my computer, I got my internet, I can, you know, you can
Do
send
whatever
me,
you want, you still
yeah,
deliver.
send me to the Ngorongoro and I can, you know, just enjoy myself. So I think stepping out of the, as much as I really did enjoy, I've worked for a couple of offices, you know, in a couple of offices. I really do enjoy it, but it's just, there's a certain sense of liberty that comes with just making sure that you're paid, making sure that you're still working. Because another thing about work is that you feel like a part of a machine, it's somehow cathartic. It's nice to actually do some work, you know, where you've got a task, you hand it in, everyone's happy, and then you get paid. So that whole process, I appreciate it. So, and right now I'm just trying to travel. I'm trying to travel a lot more. I'm trying to.
But wait, you're a Gen Zer?
I'm not a Gen Z. I'm the last year of millennials. 95.
Technically a Gen Z.
No,
You only just made it into the club.
I've grown up as a millennial. You know?
All right.
The final year.
You mentioned that you didn't post
Yeah.
Lagos, but
I didn't post it.
for a
That was such a
freelancer,
trippy week for me. Like I was just mentally and emotionally, I was in a hole. So when this trip came about, I'm like, oh my God. So I just wanted to enjoy it by myself, you know. Like,
makes sense. But
Yeah.
like for a freelancer, and considering this is now your hustle, this is where your money is coming from. Shouldn't you have leveraged social media? And do
Yeah.
you now actually
that's
leverage social media for?
There's a couple of flaws in my game, I would say, and one of them is surprisingly social media. I should have definitely, and even now I'm like, this is so stupid. Why didn't I just like? I was like, oh, a whole I took a picture of Buddy Rich, and I've been trying to find that picture for 2 years now. I don't even know. I'm like, hey, sir, remember that picture? You do a photographer? Could you please? You know, so there's a lot of I should have and
Missed opportunities.
not missed opportunities, just
That is a missed opportunity for
That's
social
also
media.
an employment opportunity. Let's talk
Yeah,
after this
but I'm
podcast.
not. I don't view it as a missed opportunity. It's
Would you
just
want some more wine?
To do stuff.
yes, that is.
Oh my
Hello.
Cameraman, we need some more wine.
Hello.
Garçon, sorry, garçon.
Be nice, guys. Be nice. Be nice.
Guys, we promise we're nice. Hello, Tanzania.
Yeah,
This
so
is not how we
like
act.
these were missed opportunities for you, like social
I
media.
wouldn't say a missed opportunity. I would say it's a learning
If
curve.
I had met Roddy Rich, everybody and their mamas would have known that day, okay?
More or less.
I think
Yeah.
that's good.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but
Now you've lived and you've
there was a certain sense of having the taste, getting the taste for it. You know, so it's like chasing that high all over again.
Yeah.
So I don't view it necessarily as a missed opportunity. I just know that whatever feelings I had at that moment, whatever experience I had, I'm like, all right, that's how I want. Because even when I was there, that was when I was still at I did like 2 podcast episodes. Because I was still like on the Mozambique and SADC and this whole drama that was going on down there. So I was reading up on that, and I was like contacting this one professor from South Africa. I think he was from Eritrea, and we still like had a couple.
But I think you are smart enough and exposed enough to understand how big a role social media is.
Yeah.
In terms of shaping like your business and the like. So my question still stays, like, how are you making use of that?
Right now, it's mostly just that's my main form of communication. Like on Instagram, Facebook. That's how I deal or interact.
Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok, but I'm sort of not. My TikTok is not.
Where you want it
coherent.
to
What
be.
works for you best?
What works? YouTube actually, surprisingly, because I post on YouTube, and I've started streaming on Twitch. Also, there's a lot of platforms that I'm testing out. But in terms of TikTok, if you're like a pretty girl, you can just be like,
We can relate.
Yeah.
We
get
can
like
relate.
I've seen those.
Get ready with me.
25,000 views. Get ready with me.
I do have like 30-something thousand views.
But
Yeah.
I think TikTok, it's there's a neat little science behind it. But I really enjoy.
You need to hop onto that because there's
am
a lot
on
of people
TikTok.
who are like, oh,
I think
I've
I've only had one video on
Yeah.
TikTok that's had over 10,000 views.
Ooh, still good.
But it's not of me.
Oh,
I was trolling Eunice. You
Eunice.
remember Eunice?
Yeah.
The robot. The robot that was introduced in Parliament last year.
in this country.
Yeah, you need to go view that video. I hope you're following me because
I
it's
am
private.
following you.
Okay. Yeah.
I think TikTok, you just gotta, because my whole thing is I don't create content specifically for TikTok. I'll create like YouTube content that I might want to put on Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah,
talk
so-
after this.
Yeah, we'll talk.
The social media.
Because I did every now and then I do something
See,
that does all right.
networking.
But my most popular TikTok, it's like doesn't get nearly as close to 10,000 views. But last year, actually, when it was raining, there was this scholarship thing for the Comla Duma or BBC. So I was applying to that, and this was like a failed. They were like, "Oh, record yourself doing like a report or something like that." Which was a journalism thing. And then so it was raining, it was pouring rain, and you know when it rains here, there are roads.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this will be fun. Let me just walk outside, show the roads show everyone how the roads are flooded. And then as I was recording, you could check out as I was recording, I was like, oh, this place is so flooded, a car can get stuck. And a car got stuck right behind.
Wow.
The guy was stuck there for like 2 hours. I tried to help him. I'm like, yeah, sorry, man, I'm done recording. I'm going back inside
Oh
now.
gosh.
Yeah, so I think I still have to utilize.
Now, you've experienced like both sides, the hustle, the corporate. Do you think like traditional jobs for returning diaspora people, do you think traditional jobs are still the best
Viable.
way to go?
Yeah.
Or would you advise that if somebody come back, they have like something on the side going?
I think, especially if you're coming back to Tanzania, I think it's probably best to, if you can find it, get like a traditional job, get a 9 to 5 first. Because first of all, that's going to help you get reaccustomed to the culture.
Yeah.
You're going to learn how people operate here. You're
yeah.
going to hear stories from other. You just need to be surrounded with that environment, and that will help you find your footing. I don't think, you did, obviously, you can get like some tech wizard who comes back and then just sets up his own thing. But I think if you're just the average person who's just sort of looking to find their own place in this city, in this country, yeah, just try 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. It's 8
And I
to
can
5.
actually agree to that as somebody who just recently came back
When did you come back?
last November.
Oh,
So I can agree to that because I was on the phone call earlier and I was like, I don't have any friends in Tanzania.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, your only friends when you come back are like your coworkers and stuff. So I think it's also good to build a certain circle of, I'm not necessarily my Tanzanian just dropped out. Anyways, I'm not necessarily saying that you should go to the office just to look for friends or your next opportunity or whatever. But it's a good place to start when you're looking for friends. To be
You can
honest.
find like a
And,
decent gig
you know,
at a decent,
gigs
respectable
as
place.
well. Like you were saying, like your friends helped connect you with things here and there and everything. Like even the Swahili Fashion Week, you're the one who told me about it. And where did I meet you? At the office. So I think it's a cute little hub before you break out into your own thing, to just go into the office and learn.
What do you think? I think like Lucy disagrees.
Yeah, she's just there like, Lucy's
going
just there
crazy.
like,
She was just like,
she's like, you people who never had to go hustle for your own opportunities.
She was getting frustrated the
like-
more we were speaking.
No, because you need to meet really good people to actually say, hey, these are my friends.
Yeah.
Of course not friends,
Right?
but people to know.
I like I said, I haven't had good experiences,
We still need to talk
And-
about that trauma.
Oh my God.
Should we just zoom in on Lucy?
No,
She hasn't
we don't have
worked
time
through
for
it
that.
yet.
We don't have time
Spotlight.
for that today. We don't have time for
Monologue.
that today. But
Yes, Lucy will.
my experiences with friendships at work, where Tanzania is concerned, my thing is have clear boundaries.
I wouldn't recommend
How
having
so?
friends
What do you-
from work. to
Have
be
very
honest.
clear boundaries. because
Okay, back to that.
you have it's very easy, I've observed in this culture, once the lines get blurred, respect kind of wins.
How so? We talk about like
and
male,
even
male
efforts.
friends.
For example, not just male friends, male and
Even
female.
efforts.
For example, I would say as young as I am, I started like I would oversee certain people. I'm supposed to oversee certain
right.
people. And because I've been friendly with them, mind you, some of these people you find they're either
China,
older than
yeah.
not they're older than me, they've been here longer, and perhaps they need to report to me for something. And because of that friendship, they get too comfortable.
Washukulia poa.
They get too comfortable, kwamba, Lucy is,
An example.
she's a friend.
You'll
And
ask for work, and then that work will take another 3 business days before
forget
it's
that.
delivered.
Forget the deadlines. Forget the deadlines. You're correcting somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Other bosses are probably different.
Yeah.
But I'm a typical firstborn. I'm going to correct you once, twice, 3 times. Don't expect me to talk 10 times on the same topic. If you don't change, we're going to have a problem. Or I'm going to just cut you off.
Period.
And then I'm going to write my report that, hey, Joanne was told to do 1, 2, 3 a couple of times, and I keep receipts.
Right.
I keep receipts.
On the
So
25th.
if I go to my boss and he's questioning me, why is Joanne not doing 1, 2, 3? I'm like, sir, here you go.
Yeah. You don't want problems.
I don't have time to explain too much.
Yeah.
Except Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C. So where friendships are concerned now, I had to learn to draw those boundaries because I would be friendly with people.
Right.
And when it comes to, for example, correcting somebody, they are tardy in delivering their work, they keep making the same mistakes over and over, they get so angry to the point that I've had incidents where I've landed in my boss's office because somebody felt disrespected. And I'm like, no, ma'am, I stand by what I said. You screwed up.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation 10 times.
I understand where you're coming from.
And
I think
because of
maybe
that,
intra-departmental
no,
friendships.
but not because of that,
Make friends with somebody in IT.
Just be friends.
yeah,
but
I do
not
have,
too
that's the thing, like, I
friends.
have friends in different departments. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. But but now, again, you have to look at where you're working. Because here, friendship, it's a social community, it's a social culture.
Right.
So after work, lunchtime, after work is so far, lunchtime, let's go together, have lunch. You've been here, you know how, what on Ongozana to go have lunch. And I'm like, nah, I ordered a Luca Direct because I don't want to hang out with y'all.
Yeah.
I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I don't hate you, but I need that boundary
Yeah.
because it makes it easier for me to remove the bias if I have to deal with you logically.
Right. Professionally.
Yeah, professionally. I don't have to worry about how you're going to take me later just because, I like Joanne and we've been laughing, we've had lunch together. I want to be able to put that aside and assess you for what you've been doing.
Yeah.
So
I can relate. That's
I don't
I'm
really
scared of
have,
making friends in the office.
Well, people are
Yeah.
scared of making friends in the office.
I'm not really pro. I'm not
Yeah.
really pro friendships in the office.
They
And
come and
also
bite
because
you.
I came from a culture where, before coming to Tanzania, that was a culture shock for me, by the way, how easily it is for the lines to get blurred between professionalism and friendship. I came from a place where we work together. That's it. At work, we'll be cordial to one another. We
I think I've ever
smile.
been friends
I
with
We
somebody.
do all of that.
That's what
But if we
I have
meet
in
in
my
the
too.
street,
Yeah.
at most I'll
Yeah,
acknowledge
it's
you.
like student-teacher relationship.
At most, I would see you in the street and give you a little nod.
I don't even text my coworkers
Exactly.
unless it's work related. I do not want to be friends. I'm
I don't
sorry,
even-
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to be friends with. It can get really messy real quick.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons, even with my current assignment,
Not that I hate you guys, of course.
with my current assignment, one thing that I was very intentional about, I don't want to hold people up in your traditional work environment.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I give you guys leeway. If you don't deliver, we have a problem. But you can work from home. They work from home.
Yeah.
Forget let's not expose each other, but they work from
Nani,
home. Tulia.
what's his email address?
But there has to be that flexibility so that I think people need to feel that you take ownership of the responsibility.
Yeah.
Because if I'm nakubana sana ofisini, you end up doing things because Lucy is saying, I
That I
need to
have to
deliver
do it
1,
now.
2, 3.
Right.
You've not taken ownership of the assignment, you know? So I am not really for friendships in the workplace. I'm okay with being cordial to one another, being respectful to one another, but I'm not gonna come to your house,
Yeah.
maybe for a funeral.
Jesus. Get your
What
flowers in
about if
the
I'm
door.
getting married?
Nitakutolia
come.
mchango.
But you won't come.
Like, I can count.
You don't
There's
want to
literally
freak
only
out.
one person who I worked with, and I went for her wedding. And she's still my friend to date.
Yeah.
But you met them through the workspace.
Yes, through work, and she's still my friend to date. Her, I was like, babe,
Exception.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna do whatever you want me to do, whatever you need me to do. You need me to stand at the door and stop people from coming in because they look better than you. I'm down.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She was down.
Yeah. So, for me, that's it. Friendship in the workplace. It's if you can
If it happens,
still
it
have a
happens
healthy,
naturally.
yeah, it happened. Let it happen naturally, but let there be boundaries that everybody respects.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's very important. So,
Yeah, and you never know, just you divulge too much information.
You know.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
Lucy
then
was telling me when you guys went out on, like, what?
let
and
me
then
tell
you
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 were
something.
taking murder.
People-
you get to hear all
People
versions
at
of.
the office are not your friends.
Yeah, no, I get that
They
concept.
are
People are
not
not
your
your people at the office are not your friends, especially if you actually report to them or you just work directly
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's I've noticed that as you grow older, there are very few. You know, there's some people who actually actively. Oh, I'm gonna go try and make friends today. Like, how,
But you know,
how do you do that?
as
None
somebody
of that deep.
as
for-
somebody coming back, and mind you, you're already essentially like a foreigner
Yeah.
in your own community.
Stranger in my home.
It's a very thin line to walk, balancing the friendship and professionalism, because you risk being taken as, oh, anajishawa. Oh, she feels herself. She's snobby. She's uptight. He's this. He's that, because those boundaries are not fully understood,
Right.
and you don't have the time to go and explain
Yeah.
to each and every person
No.
that this is how I am and
It's not
I'm
the
sorry,
case.
you know. Nobody has time to give you, nobody was gonna give you that kind of grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate that?
Yeah, you just keep moving along.
Just gotta be
No, that's the thing, that's-
unapologetically you know.
That's the one thing is that I don't try to stress too much how people might perceive anything, especially with people like, yeah, sure, yeah, fair enough. Like I know some stuff about you too, you know, true or not. Like I've heard some stuff.
But I've
so
heard it.
It happens, so you're more than welcome to
Yeah, so
have your say.
I think we've covered quite a lot about the work aspect, and we're running out on time.
And wine.
Oh, we've done well on time today. We've done
Yeah.
well
I'm
on
proud
time.
of
But,
you guys.
Thank you.
I
And
want
only
to
2
know.
glasses of wine for us.
Imagine I'm not done with my first.
I've been looking at you and I'm like,
Yeah, you're gonna chug it. Like I would.
bloppers are
Because
loaded.
I've not divulged any crucial information today.
Today you're relaxed.
Yeah, I've not been triggered. It's a nice weather, you know.
Yeah.
So, Mahatma, what do you wish you knew before coming back?
What do I wish I knew? I mean, I don't know. That's a weird question because it's forcing me to look
Back.
in retrospect. I don't know. I think what I wish I
Wait.
knew was just as we discussed earlier, the whole, as you said, scammers.
Wait, can we reframe that question before you answer? Before you tell us what you wish you knew before you came back. Before you came back, what were your expectations first? Like, oh, when I go back, I'm gonna get in the company.
him this
I was
like, I didn't have to pay it.
No, listen, you guys have to understand. Listen,
Man.
no, listen to the context of me coming back. I was doing my honors in live performance and music in Cape Town.
All right.
And my honors, and they sort of talked me into it. I wanted to come back in 2020, but then I decided to stay another year in Cape Town.
All right.
That was COVID,
Yes.
and my degree was
Tricky
live
time.
performance. And South Africa shut everything down. 2020 was one of the most horrific years in terms of, I was like, what? I've never seen inflation happen or like black markets explode in real time. Like cigarette prices or price of, I've never seen like, oh, like, 250, what? Today it's 250. Tomorrow, 1,000. Next day it's 2,000. For one cigarette. I've never seen that happen. So that's what was going on there. And with my classes there, I started getting frustrated after like 4 or 5 months. I had talks with Coca-Cola, Red Bull. We had talks with these venues. We're supposed to do these theater productions. So that whole year I was just like, get me out of this place. Because I heard my mom was in Rwanda, and obviously my other family's in Tanzania. So I heard about the Tanzanian response and the Rwandese response to COVID. And I thought those were the perfect responses. Tanzania's like, COVID who? COVID's what?
We don't know her.
COVID, no, COVID, we prayed away the COVID. And Rwanda was like, that's what he said. He said that though. He actually said. He did say that. No, but Rwanda was like, we'll shut down, we'll give you a curfew, 9 o'clock in the evening, and every 2 weeks we'll update you, no gatherings. So Rwanda was like more like upfront, informational. Tanzania was like, South Africa was all over the place. They banned booze. We started making booze.
What the heck? What does booze have to do with COVID?
We started buying yeast because these guys were Ramaphosa. Every time I think of him, Ramaphosa, that guy. No, the South African response to COVID was just disastrous. We started making booze in our bathtub, like we're in the 1920s in New Jersey.
The trenches.
And then they banned yeast. Because we used to go to supermarkets to buy yeast to make booze because they banned booze. So that's how I was like,
why are they banning booze though?
That's crazy.
So I was like, at that point, I wasn't even thinking about, I was just like, just get me out of this disastrous place. Let me just go back home. Let me be with my people. And then when it became closer to the time, in like August, September, November, I'm like, all right, like, what should I be expecting next year? And I don't know, the one thing that I wish I knew was that people can just like decide not to pay. That still blows my mind how somebody can come to the office every single day knowing that he's got a whole office full of people that he hasn't paid. And you start shouting. I don't want to divulge names, but you're shouting at the graphic designer who you haven't paid for 4 months. So there's a lot of people here are bold. They're bold.
They have audacity.
So that's something.
That's the word. Audacity. So, dude, how could you
But I mean, in all fairness, we know that audacity in Tanzania is just
I didn't
really,
know. That's what I didn't know.
I didn't know. I knew it, but not to this extent.
Yeah, I'll say that much. I was completely ignorant on that fact. I was like,
okay, so you were ignorant, and we have like 5 minutes left. What practical advice can you give to now people coming back to Tanzania, based on what you know?
Based on what I know, learn technical skills. Okay. And as you said, with the InDesign, it's so helpful. Yeah. Learn how to video edit, learn graphic design, or like just
make yourself valuable.
Yeah, make sure you know enough to like create a poster of yourself. It's Canva, or whatever, Adobe, and then try to. For me, at least, is try to understand how these platforms, not just social media, I'm talking about like things like Twitch, YouTube, try to understand how you can make money from it, try to understand the barriers you need to set for you if you're in the similar space that I'm in. Just make sure that you understand, because those are the tools that are going to actually sustain you. You're going to suffer out there, if you're relying on other people's generosity or work, for payment, for anything. Just make sure you have a nice comprehensive toolkit within you. That's what I think.
And don't get used and abused.
Yeah.
Or scammed, like yours truly.
For 10K.
For 10K, guys. It was a very painful 10K.
Such a small amount to pay for a big rent,
No, I feel you there.
Because I didn't really have that kind of money.
There's a couple of 10Ks.
It's not like you had it lying around,
Yeah, so anyway, Mahatma, thank you so much for
thank you
joining us today. I feel like we've not really exhausted this conversation.
Right.
And as I mentioned earlier...
there's so much more. When you were talking about, we'll have a part 2 in the near future.
We do need a part 2.
I need to tell you, I'll tell you about the horror stories.
I think we might have an episode, a horror story.
Yeah, just a horror story of just.
I've been getting that a lot now at this point.
Everyone is traumatized. Everyone is traumatized, honestly.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a horror.
But it becomes so horrific that it's funny. Now, I'm going through legal proceedings, right? There's a whole WhatsApp group.
Wow.
it's
But
a
you know,
whole-
You see?
we're here
Yeah,
on the
so-
podcast,
it's a whole thing.
laughing through the pain for real.
Yeah, like
If I
I've
don't
been.
laugh, I'll cry.
Yeah, this is it's therapy
Yeah.
for a lot of us, and yeah, guys, we will definitely have a horror story episode,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Yeah.
Because I don't think one episode will
God
be enough.
knows, yeah.
So maybe what I would suggest for the guests that we've had so far,
Yeah.
yourself included, this is homework.
Okay.
I want you to like jot down your horror stories.
I don't need to jot it down. It's like right here.
No, but
They're so horrific, they
you
never
need to
left.
write. You need to write them down because
I can walk you through it.
these things get triggered as we're having the conversation. So like
Yeah,
keep writing
yeah.
them down as we go.
So you don't get.
So you don't forget, so that when we have the
Yeah,
episode, we have order. Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the amens will be a lot when we do that episode.
That needs to be like
Yeah.
a 2-hour or 3-hour
I
episode.
mean, we just need to bribe our cameraman, keep him engaged for the entire session.
Today he had
Yeah,
wine,
so-
he had something.
Again, thank you for joining us. This
Thank you
was
so much.
very,
Damn it, I was trying to beat you.
she's really fast.
Were we
She's really
competing?
fast.
You should
Yeah,
have said.
so
You
guys,
should have said.
we need to wrap this up before you
Yes, yes,
continue
yes,
with your
yes,
wines.
yes, yes,
Oh wow, you guys are fast. Why?
Because you're leading the conversation.
Where are
So
you rushing?
Why are you making us look bad?
it's a Saturday,
That's-
guys.
it's- yeah, by
I
the
know
way.
it's daylight
Do
outside.
you not
but
get like wine out there? Like
I have to go drive.
you guys are putting me to
Take a
shame.
nap first.
You're embarrassing me, guys. I'm sorry on behalf of
Oh.
I'm not sorry.
Anyway,
You should have gotten some cheese.
this
Next
is
time.
the end. This is us signing out for this particular episode of Hello Tanzania. As always, like, subscribe, follow our pages, The Citizen TZ on
Let us know what you
Instagram,
think as well.
as well as The Citizen Styles TZ. We've got our YouTube page, The Citizen. And guys, we have a lot of platforms that talk about coming home, travel and tourism.
No
We
deal.
have a Diaspora page on our paper that comes out every Monday. So feel free to engage with us through our diverse content for Diaspora. You have questions, you have comments, you have experiences with some of the issues that we're discussing. Drop them in the comment section. We will engage with you. We will reply. We will hopefully even invite you guys. No
Yeah.
promises, but hopefully. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? We might invite you guys. Be nice to us.
Yeah, be nice in the comments.
But most importantly,
like.
subscribe and follow our pages. My name is Lucinda, and with Joanne and Mahatma, thank you for joining us. See y'all next time.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
Tanzania.